Welcome. How
Thank you.
are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you guys for having me.
Yes, we're
Yes.
excited. So, we're going to first introduce ourselves. Danny's is going to tell you a little bit about the OOUU Pod and what we do, and yeah, then we'll get started.
Yes. So, this is the OOUU Pod, which stands for Overly Obsessed, Unsung, and Underground. And personally, me, Danny's, and Ree, we are huge, huge, huge R&B fans.
Yes.
And and we are just creating a platform to, show love to our unsung artists and also educate different underground artists or independent artists on how to really break through in the music industry. And so I'm really excited. We're really excited because we have the R&B, one of the best songwriters in the game and male musicians in the game with us. Rick from Mintcondition. Thank you, thank you, thank you for taking the time out to speak with us.
Definitely.
Oh, no problem. Thank you, ladies, for having me.
First, we just want to thank you again for coming out and taking the time to interview with the OOUU Pod. We definitely just want to know what's been going on with you. How has 2021 been treating you? What's been going on?
Oh man, everything is going great. I am finishing up my album. It's called "Truth Behind the Lies."
Yeah.
Uh, I'm excited. I get to curse. I get to curse. I get because I've been in this clean group like forever. So,
Yes.
and I mean, and I'm like, people say like I'm the bad boy of the group. I'm like,
Mm.
how am a bad boy with a zero criminal record? Like, come on. Like, nah, I guess I'm like the pit bull of the group. I guess and that's great, and it's bad too because it's great because everybody don't need to be nice, and we don't need two or three pit bulls in the group.
Right.
So
Mm.
there's a great balance, between all of us. It's almost like the Jeffersons and the good times and the Cosbys all in one band. So we work out perfect, together. And where it's not so good at is that when you do something wrong, being a pit bull, like it's like getting a felony in the band. Like it's gonna carry with you through your whole career. Like something you did 8 years ago, like
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
20. Like it's like I was 18 giving you advice, man. I'm sorry. I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. Excuse my language.
No,
No,
that's
But
you're
fine.
fine.
so yeah. So yeah, so yeah, that's kind of like been my role. But I'm excited about this project, Truth Behind the Lies. I'm speaking truth to power. I love my people. I love all people, but I love my people, and you cannot do no wrong in front of me.
Mm.
Right.
When my people, like I was and it's gotten so bad. Like I'm over people's house and stuff like that, and some people was conversating in the back room, and this Caucasian lady came out of the back room, and she was like, that one girl back there, that one is
Mm.
getting on nerves. And I was like,
Mhm.
hold up. Hold up. You can't be calling no black woman no.
Right.
I was like, don't do that.
Right.
So I'm speaking truth to power. This record is about Black love, and this also I touch on domestic violence from a man's perspective.
Mm.
Yes.
Ready.
So I have a couple of questions though. But first, you about the group though. Do you feel like you had the opportunity to really show your creativity when you were in the group, or it's a great difference going solo now? Or do you feel like it's just been, it's easy. It's easy to transition.
Well, I'm never really had to kind of, I guess, prove myself. All you have to do is look at the 4 out of the 5 of the last records, and you will see that I got to express myself. I co-wrote maybe like half of the last 4 out of the 5 records. So, so I don't feel like I have to prove anything. I mean, you do have to educate people sometimes, because some people think it was just one person, and this person was the the grand poopah of the group, and it wasn't. If you look at all the songs, you look at Nothing Left to Say, that was Stoken, Larry. You look at what kind of man would I be? That was Larry. You look at So Fine, that was Odell. You look at Walk On, that was Jeff. If You Love Me and You Send Me Swinging, that was Carrie. This was a band made this thing pop, man. And it was, an honor being in a group with a bunch of great musicians and just great men, period. Like, these dudes are like, the best fathers, in the world. I'm probably the worst dad out of all of them. And I still take care of my kids till this day. And my kids are 20 something.
Yeah. How many kids do you have? How many children?
I have 4.
4.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So what was your introduction to music?
I'm from a family of like musicians. My story is basically 2-bedroom house, shared my clothes. No, 14 kids, 2-bedroom house, shared my clothes, slept on the couch. So everybody did something, a lot of them probably didn't take it serious. And so I was inspired by them at first. And then, of course, I never dreamed it. So I would draw it. Like, I would draw me with an afro, with a whole band, look like the Jacksons or something like that when I was a kid. And just always had a love for music. And then the opportunity came for me to move to Minnesota. A friend of mine stole my equipment and then moved to Minnesota and then played bass for him. And I was like, Mom, maybe I can get my equipment back. I was like, can I move to Minnesota? Time is there. And she wasn't excited about it because, I mean, for one, I'm sure, she didn't want me to leave at a young age. Right. And, I was working at the time, so I was helping out, around the crib, and so they ended up, letting me leave. And then that's pretty much how I got started. I moved to Minnesota, played in bands, ended up in a band behind this guy named Kevin Jackson. He had Stokely on drums and he had Larry on keys. And those guys told, other band members to come out and check me out. Their bass player just left to go. He wrote them a letter. He was like, I'm moving on to bigger and better things. And he went to go play with a group called Exotic Storm. Then Little Roger, which is Roger Troutman Jr., he left the group at the same, around the same time, maybe after the bass player, to go play with his dad, which is Roger Troutman from Zap. Yeah. And so he played with him and stuff like that.
Oh, wow. I didn't even realize you guys were connected like that. Oh, wow.
Yeah. If you pull up a picture of Mint Condition, you will see Roger in that picture where they had the half leg or something, like part was like stocking or something. I wasn't in the group then.
Look, so I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Google Mint and you see a black and white picture, and they're sitting there looking like Exotic Storm Part 3 or Midnight Star or something like that. You will definitely, you'll know that that's Roger. And okay. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Roger passed right after, like a few years after his dad. And then Roger's daughter, her name was is Lexi. Her family just released a record from her the other day, Wale, and she passed 2020.
Oh no!
No, wow, no. I actually have to look that up. Yeah. With Wale. Wale is from our hometown. We're from Maryland.
Yeah.
Oh,
so yeah.
So, yeah, it's called Hoodie. It's just yeah. That's Roger Troutman, grandbaby.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, we definitely gonna check that out. Thank you.
Definitely.
It's fire. It's fire. It's fire.
Oh, I love it. So is music something that you always wanted to do, or what do you think you would be doing if you weren't doing music?
I would probably either be doing photography or either I would have a detail shop.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Yes. What's your favorite car brand or model?
I don't really. Well, I mean, the best cars are definitely uh, Infinity and Toyota, Lexus. Those cars. But I mean, I would probably. I would definitely get a G wagon. I would get a G wagon. I would get regardless if it was good or not. It'll be new, though.
Right.
Right.
Point that one. Probably a G wagon. I've always liked the Martin, and I
Oh
like the
yeah.
Maserati, even though it's kind of like people be like calling it like the doors are like Chrysler because Chrysler makes them now. So that's a weird, but I would rock one of those probably.
Okay. Good to know. So, to get back into the R&B, what would you say was your favorite song that you've written?
Well, mine is definitely probably sometimes. Um, it's a true story. I used to. There was a twin here a long time ago. She was in college, and we used to hang out a lot. And we hung out, but I think she had something else kind of going. And so I wrote the song sometimes, about her. Like, sometimes I think she likes me. Sometimes I don't think so. Sometimes it feels like she needs me, but other times she's cold. If ever let me touch her, I know she'll let me touch her more than twice. Anyway, so that song sticks out as like one of my favorites. And
Yeah.
plus, I'm like a rock dude. Like my brothers and them had like a rock collection. They had Parliament Funkadelic, Ohio Players. They had Band of
Yes.
Gypsy. I mean, they had Led Zeppelin in there. They had Queen.
Wow.
I just came from just this whole album collection. Back in the day in the '70s and stuff like that. And Stevie Wonder. They had everything. War, every group that you can think of. It wasn't no. And maybe because they listened to a lot of different music because of maybe radio at the time when they were growing up. It wasn't a lot of black music on the radio. And
Oh yeah. Right.
so,
Right.
they listened to a lot of different types of music, which is all that music is black music anyway, because they always, was taken from our people. So,
Yep. And that's exactly what, I'm sure you see it everywhere now, but we're doing our tribute to black black music and Black
Right.
history this month. We actually did a small little feature on Parliament Funkadelic. We love them.
Yeah.
But yeah, like definitely black music or black history, black music is us. Even though it's celebrated in June,
mhm.
we black music all day.
Yes.
If I could go back in time, I would definitely and go back to a concert that I missed that I didn't get a chance to see. It would definitely be to see the Mothership Landing.
Yes.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh. That's
A
like the
dream come
best
true
era ever.
for sure.
The best. So what is your creative process like? So do you like to create in the morning, nighttime? Where does all the juices start flowing?
I used to like getting up early in the morning and kind of, just doing like a 9 to 5 and just, you know, no work after that. But since George Floyd and the uprising in Minnesota and COVID, my schedule is like, it's all turned around. I probably don't go to bed till like 5 or 6 now.
Ooh.
Wow.
Mm.
but I still got to get up at noon or something. You know, I don't want to waste my whole day, and so my
Right.
schedule all up. Everybody's schedule is like that. You're almost you on. You know, there's so many people are coming into other people's houses right now. You know, that's on the rise. Like at one point in Minneapolis, I believe, like 2019, we might have had like 150 shootings. Like since George Floyd, I'm sure it's over like 400 or 500.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Stuff I don't even hear about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of home invasions. So I feel like I have to be up, kind of, you know, like, you know, protecting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but you got a dog or, you know, alarm systems and.
I got.
You get it?
I'm good.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
So, what advice would you give to a up and coming artist coming up in the game right now, or what is the best advice you've ever received in the music industry?
One of the things I would give to the younger people today is to listen, and to, when you got people around you that are legends in the game, like, put your 20,000 followers to the side, or 60,000, whatever you have, and bring yourself back down to earth, especially if you're still living with your mama. Take that advice. You know, when you got people around you that you can bring into a meeting and help you, that are willing to help you for free, and, you know, help you set your career up. Like, don't be so stuck on yourself to not listen. And what I noticed with a lot of kids, and what I've noticed over the past, is a lot of people don't want to listen. They think they know it all. You know, there's this one guy got like probably 1,300 followers the last time I checked. And one time I was in a movie theater with him, and he said to me, he was like, "You think people know that we in here?" You know, and I was like, I don't really think they care, and they definitely don't know who you are with 1,300 followers.
Right.
But that's the level that that everybody's at now. It's like social media just got you because you got 25 likes or 400 likes on your post. Like, your ego is just way out of control. And you know, I would like to see them, you know, listen more and get this knowledge, you know, learn some things, you know, don't think you know everything.
So what inspired you to create Truth Behind the Lies? What inspired you to do that?
I mean, I was put in a situation where, you know, where I've always been a hustler, you know, like when when Mintcondition was off work for 4 or 5 years, once the whole Napster thing happened and all the record companies started shutting down, you know, we were at home for about 4 years, not doing anything. But, you know, but it was beautiful though, because we got to watch our kids grow up.
Yeah.
And financially wasn't, you know, an issue. And so we had that time off, and then it was time to get back to work. I went out, I got a distribution deal. I got, you know, I got management. I got some crew members. I got it cranking, you know, where money started flowing back in to the account. And so in a new situation right now, you know, it was time for other people wanted to do their solo projects and wanted to do, you know, certain things. Always wanted to do their own thing. And I'm glad that they're doing what they want to do, because, you know, none of us are getting any, you know, younger. So be happy, go do whatever you want to do. So I was put in a situation where I have to do the same thing that I did last time for the group, but now I'm doing it for me. And my record is fire. I have a lot of crazy stuff that happens to me, you know, when you're out there dating and meeting different people, you experiencing life. A lot of my friends do things that I don't do, and so they stay up till like, you know, 10 a.m. the next day. And some days I stay up with them, you know, experience life and watching them move and watching this friend of mine's in love with this girl, and I get to watch him hang out with her all night, look into her eyes, and then watch her leave off with the dope dealer in the next morning.
What? Lord, I was not expecting that.
Right. Oh no.
Hold on. This gonna be on the album? This on the album?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit. Oh damn. This a whole drama series on this one.
It happens every day though. It happens all the time.
One of my favorites is a song called Dearly Departed. It's like once you've been in a messed up relationship, where so the song is like I can't believe you all gone, I'm sitting here all alone wishing that you come back home, but half of me is glad you're gone, because you weren't good for me, you see, because you'd be throwing shit at me, tearing up the whole house, but still I miss you on our couch, and it's basically about being in a situation like that, and then you're missing the person for a couple of weeks, and then you think about trying to reach out, getting back with them, but you don't ever do that because it wouldn't be a good idea. And then you just kind of move on, and you just realize, you wake up and you're like, nah, I can't go back. I got to move on because that wasn't any good, especially when someone tries to, destroy your life.
Yeah. Can't do with the toxic.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. And I think it is good too that artists are being, touching on Black love in both lights, like positive lights and the negative lights, but from a realistic place. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, a love song, sometimes they're just too fake.
It's
like
not real.
It don't happen like that all the time. So sometimes we be needing somebody to tell it like it is.
Basically.
And that's been kind of like my personality in the band. I think if we all probably would have, and we got along great as a group compared to other groups. Like we had no, like I missed like one gig out of like 20 something years.
Oh wow. Kudos to you.
Yes.
We've always been like, a great group of guys, but we would understand each other better. I believe if the Michael Jordan series would have came out back in the day.
Oh yes.
It's like, I think number 4 of the Michael Jordan documentary. Number 4 is like tells you like Phil Jackson was a great leader. Like he didn't try to control different people in the group. He let them be them because they were delivering. And I feel like, now I wasn't a Dennis Rodman. I've never worn clothes like that or anything like that. But I am, I am a person that you don't want to try to control. You wanna let people do what they do. Like if I'm skills to the table and if I'm making things happen and I'm producing, and writing a lot and I'm doing my job, leave me alone. Whatever. Don't try to control a person like me, because now I ended up being an activist. So that's like trying to control an activist, or they knew that they were an activist. You can't do that. And so, but some people are controlling. With all these situations in their life, and I'm not one to be controlled.
Man. I hear that. I can relate.
So what is your input on today's new R&B artists, and what do you feel? Do you feel that it compares to the music that was released in the 90s or the early 2000s?
Well, I mean, there was great things back then, and there's great things now. I don't sit around and and think about everybody's issue and how they write and how they do things. Is their music good? I appreciate, everybody, and everybody doing their best and putting out the music that they put out. I mean, of course, in the 90s, I mean, even like hip hop for me, like everybody has their own favorites. Like a lot of people say, Biggie, Tupac, that was their thing. But for me, it was Outkast, it was Tribe Called Quest, it was Slum Village. And so today I love what people are doing, and plus, Jodeci was fire out. And so you got good groups, today, you got good artists, today. You got Frank Ocean, you got Kendrick Lamar, you got you got a lot,
So are these some of the artists that are on your playlist right now? Like, who are you listening to in terms of unsung independent artists or even mainstream? Who's on your playlist?
I mean, Van Hunt, Kanye, who else? Frank Ocean, Shaka Khan. I mean, it's all over the place.
Mix.
Chris Brown. Chris Brown is definitely top. And as far as R&B, I mean, he's at the top. I'm surprised when they were talking about Kings and all that they didn't have Frank Ocean in there, because him and Tyler the Creator, which would be the album and the tour, I would be waiting on. If they did an album together, both of them.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they've done a lot of work together, but if they did an album now,
great.
And Tyler the Creator for the next Super Bowl, performance, that would be fire.
Yes.
Okay.
I love it. So what do you enjoy most? Do you enjoy writing, or do you enjoy being an activist, or performing? What brings you great joy?
Well, definitely, speaking my mind for my people. And it's so weird. It's like some of the main people here in Minnesota that be out in the streets and stuff like that, they all are from Chicago. It's like once you've been born in Chicago, it's like your lack of fear, or just you don't really
exist.
Yeah, hear a lot. So it's so weird meeting all these people. It's like, oh, I didn't know you were from Chicago, and finding out later. But I'm glad to see a lot of them are trying to get in there and change law, and running for office and stuff like that. I love my people, so I'm a fight for them every day, whether it's being locked up or whatever happens. I wouldn't, how do you say it, man? I mean, I'm not worried about my life.
Yeah. Wow. That's a different type of freedom. Like that's true freedom, I feel.
And I love recording. I like playing and performing when I start, start to play and perform. I like it, but I would prefer to just be by myself, recording and stuff like that. And then hook with other people after I kind of create a little something myself.
Right. And then collaborate after.
Yeah.
And then, so I have one more question before we get into the last one, but what do you want people to get from this album? What do you want them to hear? What do you want them to bring back from listening to The Truth Behind the Lies?
I definitely want, men to have a better respect, for women. And when you meet a certain woman, if she's the one, ask her to teach you how to love her, and I want women to know that if you're out here trying to get back at your ex, and and you're calling the police on them, and you're doing just bogus stuff, like your life ain't gonna go nowhere. First of all, you have an issue. which is going to stop your life from growing until you deal with that issue that you have, that trauma that makes you want to be angry at people and destroy other people's lives. I would say definitely, hopefully it'll make them see that, you know what, even though you may not be a certain color or anything like that, you're still a Becky at the end of the day because you the law hurt
I
someone
love
else.
it. That's true.
Yes.
So
I'm ready.
So you can take them, Breonna Taylor, stuff you have on your page, you can take that down because you're no different from them.
I'm ready to hear it. So when is it coming out? Because I'm ready for it.
I would say within the next 3 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Definitely we ready for that.
So our OOUU listeners, look out for Rick. He is coming with some fire. So if you could tell everyone where they can generally find you.
Well, you could definitely find me on all the Mint pages, Mint Condition Official, on IG. You can do a search for Rick from Mint Condition, for my my personal pages that I just started. And if you want to hear my video, it's on YouTube. Rick from Mint Condition. The name of the song is called Pray.
Yes.
We'll
definitely be checking that out.
Yeah, the video is what's really special about the video is that I filmed a lot of it myself, like at the 3rd precinct that burned down here.
Okay.
You look at the beginning of my video, there's a activist here that's talking about Emmett Till. I sampled her, and then you will see a liquor store blow up, and then you will see right next to it, you'll see me go over to the police station that blew up, and I was filming that all like right there when they were shooting like rubber bullets into the crowd and everything like that. Like I was right there. Pretty much, people was out there peacefully protesting, and then they started just doing stuff. Somebody might have threw a water bottle at them, and then they started shooting rubber bullets, and they were putting holes in people's faces from those rubber bullets, man. People was being hurt. And so they made the crowd get a little bit more rowdier, and then eventually they had to pull out. The option was either to pull out, or you would have had to shoot a bunch of people. And I think they made the right decision to just let the property burn down, opposed to killing a bunch of people, because then that would have drew more people in, and it was just going down. But when you look at everything, when you look back at everything, you look at these communities that lost the check cashing place on the corner, and grocery stores and the Walgreens, and now there's a community that can't get their medicine, can't get things that, and I believe there were some people with the protesters that pretty much knew what to take out in the communities to have the people not being able to get things that they want.
Right.
But, think about it. Check cashing place. Who's the majority up in there? People of color are using them places, like crazy. So, they took out.
Go ahead and finish it out.
Okay, so our final question is: we always ask our guests, who you rocking with?
Okay, what does that mean? Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
I rock with I rock with the new administration that's in office.
Okay.
Who else, man? I missed the whole season of basketball, so I have no idea what's going on. I didn't even know there was a season. you know, until like the last game. And I believe that's about it.
Okay. So two more ladies over here that you talking to.
Okay, yeah, I'm rocking with the OOUU pod.
No, but thank you so much.
Thank
This
you
was
so much, Rick.
amazing.
Is
Thank
there
y'all.
anything else you want to say? Like, anything else you want to let us know?
I just want to say, just be kind to people, respect people, stop videotaping women getting beat down and not jumping in. I mean, I don't, and stop and make sure, pull up if you see the MPD or whatever PD doing something wrong, don't let them come into your community and just beat up little girls, stand up, come out, pull. I mean, the only way you're gonna like I noticed a change in like Milwaukee, for instance. I noticed it when the police chief, after they were like pulling people out of their cars and just really just snapping for something that happened in their community. I noticed when something happened again, where there was an NBA basketball player that plays for the Milwaukee Bucks. When something happened to him, the police came up right away and they were like, hold on, that was not right. Like, and we're going to do something about it. And the officers were wrong. They shouldn't have did that. And when 1,000 black men show up, pull up, that's the type of respect you're going to get, from those forces, But if it's just mainly women, out there, and it's different in different places. So I'm not saying men don't pull up. But here, it'd be more women out there and allies than anybody. And so if we pulled up 3,000 strong, trust me, they're gonna respect, demand that respect and get that respect, or else they're gonna have to deal with 3,000 pulling up. And that means you're gonna end up calling in some help. You're gonna have to call serves,
Yeah. I know it's easier said than done, but I think it's just, you're a different breed when you just, I mean, it's unfortunate, but so selfless and able to just really, give yourself away for other people like that. I mean, that's what we're supposed to do. So that's what we're supposed to do.
Well, I'm around some great women that pull up, and now these black women are pulling up with vests and firearms, and that's how we have to pull up too, because there's been so many incidents where white supremacists come in and do damage. So you got to be ready for everybody. And I think you would definitely get some respect if there was 1,000 brothers out there with firearms. I mean, you will definitely get some respect, and won't nobody be pulling up trying to start anything either.
That's so true.
Right. Rick is talking the truth.
Yes.
And you guys check out The Truth Behind the Lies. It's coming soon. We can't wait. Thank you so much, Rick.
Thank you so much, Rick, for speaking with us.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Wait. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.